Well, it was totally realistic. Till she meowed. Goddamn cat. They're fun. They really are. I'm just hostile towards everybody, you guys. Let's see if I can... Oh my goodness, that is a perfect shot. Can you guys hear this? Tell me. I'm gonna rely on your input. I'm about to cook me some taquitos. Aren't you jealous that you cannot be dining with me tonight? This is probably why my neighbors have left. And also because I yell all the time to myself and to the Coliseum. In my head, in my head. I just want to give you guys a little taste of what I'm able to accomplish on the fly. That wasn't really on the fly. That was the least on the fly thing that you're like, on the fly. Sorry, you guys, I'm high. I'm hilarious. Paisley. Oh, I wish you could have seen her. Like, I need to zoom in on her face when she meows because it's the scariest thing in the world. It's like she comes right up to my face. Her face is way more alien than mine. I feel like an alien all the time. I'm always from somebody else's planet, probably mine. Because those with my illness, spillness, it's how I dealness with my illness, or whatever the fuck it is, I don't know anymore, and I feel pretty qualified to talk about it, but not in the ways that they want me to, I'm sure, but here goes. I know a lot of stuff that nobody knows, and I hope that you do too, but I don't really think that anybody right now is thinking for themselves. They won't allow anything that could possibly twist their thinking ever so slightly, or what do we say, non-thinking, because that's really what they're doing, or rather not doing. So I wish that I could do this on stage, but unfortunately I get so nervous. But I know that if I put this on the interweb, somebody's gonna see it and they're gonna be like, holy shit! Who's that girl? Who's that girl? I want her on my show. Just kidding. That will never happen because I'm not PC enough. You have to be PC. I mean, if Kevin Hart just got denied the opportunity to host the Oscars, and he's a small black man, you guys. I don't mean small, like, you're not small, Kevin. Like, not, you know, not in that way. But I mean, like, you know, I think short black men have it much harder because so many people expect them to be athletes. But that's a stereotype. Hold up, you guys. I gotta put these taquitos onto a baking pan. Why the fuck did you look in the dishwasher? I just emptied the dishes. Like, I'm being so good for being so sick, apparently. It's seriously, ever since I became a conservative, I just started taking better care of myself. Mainly because, like, I just don't feel like I have to be the victim. Now, I've always been obsessed with information. I've always been obsessed with this idea that, like, oh, I can fix it in this teeny tiny way. I can fix it and make it easier. But really, it's like the challenge is always every day in, like, you know, just everything. Everything's the challenge, but it's always fun because it's a challenge. It's like every day is an obstacle course. I do this ADD thing. It's pretty cool though. I guess it's interesting, right? Oh God. I hate having an itchy nose. Because what do? Do you scratch your nose? Do you embarrass yourself by picking your nose? Why is that gross? It's like you can stick your finger in like your whole ear hole, but you can't stick it up your nostril. That doesn't make sense to me. And then like you can stick your finger up your vagina hole, but you can't stick your finger up your butthole. I mean, I think that's gross, but like, I just don't understand this like, oh, well, this thing is fine, but this thing isn't fine. It doesn't make any sense to me. I know I've mentioned this before, and I don't want you guys to think that I'm about to go on some sort of twatbot rant, but if you don't fuck a bitch on her period, you're the fucking pussy. She would be like so much less of a cunt if you just fucked her really hard that whole week. Like I said, I know I've made this point before, somewhere in the grass. Yeah, during one of those work videos. Shit, she decided to entertain you while I was gone. Did y'all see that shit? You can't plan that. That was God's work. I really think that they're like psychic. That's why crazy people such as myself always have cats. Let me show you something. Over here, over here, over here. Okay. Now, I know that this was made at a sweatshop, but I had to buy it. Okay. I am a crazy cat lady. And proud of it. Fuck y'all. Can hear this the way that I'm hearing this, but I don't think that you are. I guess I've gotten more confident over time, but still not on stage though. See, fucked it up. Once I started worrying about, you know, how it looks. Because then it's like, okay, so I always have the audience in my head. And I think that what I experience every day, I don't know why I'm talking in this voice, but let's keep going. I'm so funny. You probably think I'm cocky. You're right. You're absolutely right. I've got a penis the size of Texas. It's in my head. It's in my head. Maybe I'm transgender or whatever. I don't know. But whatever gender dysphoria I've always experienced, so what? I'm not gonna, you know, get an operation because that costs too much money. And if I can just dream, that makes more sense to me. You know what I mean? I don't understand why so many people obsess about one thing. But then again, I'm obsessed with my mental illness, supposedly. But now, it's like I'm obsessed with, I call it polish sticks. I don't know why I just did that. I just felt like it. Don't get any ideas, you sick motherfuckers in the vortex that want to fuck me or whatever the fuck. Want to play with my asshole or, like, touch my feet or some shit like that. It's just, like, it's weird. I'm not, once again, this isn't a feminist rant because I feel like any woman that bitches about men, it just sounds like a feminist rant. I don't mean it like that. I don't really feel like men like to be objectified in this way either. But, like, I don't do this for sexual reasons. Like, I'm not doing this because I'm looking for, like, my soulmate in the vortex. Like, it's weird to me that people actually think like that. But at the same time, it makes sense considering our culture is so obsessed with, you know, putting people in these little boxes. And I feel like with sex and with hooking up and with, you know, romantic interest and love and just pure fucking, and it's all just a big old mess, and I'd rather just fuck myself. Fucked it up. I do look like a feminist, though. I know I do. I got the glasses, I got the fucking hairy underarms. Shave my legs, though, because I don't like having hairy legs that just itch all the time. I don't like that. But, I don't understand, like, this obsession that people have with, like, you know, sexualizing other people or just putting people in any kind of box. And I feel like what feminists pretend to rally against, they're not rallying this, by the way, but they pretend to be, is this idea that they're being thrown into a box. It's a box that tells them that they have to be mothers and they have to give, I mean, I feel like Roe v. Wade is all about the attack on the nuclear family. That's really more of what it's about than it is a woman's right to choose. They want to pretend that it's all these other things. But I feel like the pro-life movement, I don't like the pro-life movement either. I don't know why people think that they're noble having a kid when it's like, you could have just left it in a box on the side of the road and it would have been better than, you know, giving it to social services. But I think that a lot of people have kids because they want to pick up a welfare check, or they have kids because they want people to feel sorry for them or think like, oh wow, she's a mom, like, she doesn't have to take responsibility for anything because she's a single mom and she's like working really hard and all this, like, whoa. Like, I feel like they do that to play the victim. I know, I'm gonna get hated on a lot. I don't really feel like my viewers are female, though. If you are female, you probably don't stay for very long. I know that, because like every female fan of mine just like stops talking to me after a certain point. Except for my friend Jenny Kunzeiler. She just recently left Portland because she was living in her car, apparently. Sorry, I just found these two chords and I got really excited by their juxtaposition. And so I can't stop playing them. But there are a lot of other chords I felt that way about, so I'm trying to play different stuff. But anyway, Jenny, she's my friend in the comedy scene. Really like the only person I talk to in the comedy scene. I mean, there are a few other people that I engage in occasional conversation with, and I enjoy talking to them. I wish I talked to them more, but I'm just not. It's nothing really against them. I'm realizing this more and more. It's just like, I'm a fucking contrarian, you know? Like, I just don't fit in with society, and I'm not supposed to, and God doesn't want me to anyway, so. Yeah, I fucked it up. When I get going, though, I promise I'm really good. See, doing comedy or being an artist is just all about revealing your authentic self. So I guess I just have a lot of authenticity because I have so much self. And I always felt selfish. But because I always felt selfish, and I was always aware of my selfishness, I couldn't really enjoy it. That's why I quit drinking so early. That's why, like, most of the videos that you saw of me smoking cigarettes, I was crying because I felt like such a piece of shit for, like, going back to that horrible habit of mine. Now, if you vape, here's the thing. I know a lot of people that vape because they want to quit smoking cigarettes. I understand that. Sometimes you just have to substitute. That's the way it goes. But, I mean, I probably do that with coffee, to be completely honest. But, what was I saying? If you vape just because you think it's cool, it's a fad, I hope that you die. Like, I hope that you choke on your own stupid cotton candy mountain climbing, whatever, they're eventually gonna name vapor, just like they're doing with all other advertisements. They're gonna make it like self-affirming and self-actualizing and shit. You know how, like, I've noticed that they do this if you go in like any of like the organic section. Oh my God, tomorrow night, baby, tomorrow night we going grocery shopping. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'll bring you guys with me. Y'all can tag along. We can visit the organic section. And you'll see this for yourself. They do this. It's because organic are liberals, vegans, you know, like the soy boys and the twatbots. The equality people. They preach about equality, but they don't think anybody's equal. It's funny that they talk about equality. Like, how can you believe in privilege if you believe in equality? Like, those two things cancel each other out. I don't think that they realize this because they don't have awareness. If they don't have awareness of themselves, self-awareness begets world awareness. I really think that everybody should be required. You want to talk about, you know, like Common Core. How about this be Common Core? How about this be like required? Everybody work a 12-step program. You don't have to quit anything. Hopefully your shitty behavior. Hopefully your lack of empathy. Hopefully your lack of compassion. Like actual compassion, not just compassion that you decided to finally give 5 minutes ago. I just find it very troubling that so many people think so highly of themselves and they haven't done diddly squat. Now, I tell myself the same thing. Just because I've put like a bunch of videos on YouTube, that doesn't mean I've done diddly squat. I mean, maybe, hopefully, I help people, I positively impact people. If I negatively impact you in any kind of way, I'm not sorry about it because I'm sure that at some point you might be positively impacted by something I had to say. It might plant a seed. But of course, initially you're going to be offended. But I promise you, I just want to help you. That's the whole reason I'm doing this channel. It's just because I wanted to reveal mental illness, but no, I ended up talking about polish sticks. See, my political shit will actually be funny and hopefully informative. I'll pray about it. And I know what you're thinking. To a non-existent sky man? Fuck it, yeah. Grasping at straws, y'all. Grasping at straws. I guess I'll see you next time whenever I go to the grocery store and we can go to the organic section. See, I'm gonna try and make this like a TV show, like next up on the Aimless channel. You know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot more in tune with myself, but I'm also really annoying and I'm sorry. I just realized how obnoxious I am. I'm gonna stop this video before I keep on ultra rapid cycling because that's what they call it. I'm not bipolar. It's the same initials, though. That's how lazy psychiatrists are. Whoa! See, this is way more therapy right here. I don't know if it's therapy for her, but yeah, she's gonna develop a mental illness after this experience. Oh. Cats do not have a soul. They don't. And they have an attention span of like 9 seconds. I figured this shit out because I did an experiment. I left some lettuce out. They don't like lettuce, but they kept going back to it repeatedly because they kept forgetting that they didn't want it. Low attention span. But then they get distracted like super easy, you know? See, that's the thing. I understand their nature because I pay attention to them. And so rather than yell at them or smack them across the behind, it don't really help, you know? Because they don't respond to it. They'll go right back to that thing that they were interested in because, you know, it still captivates them. You gotta understand their nature in order to, like, respond well to them. You know, this ain't just cats, it's anything or anyone. But once you pay attention to other people, like, and how they act, then you can, like, act accordingly. That doesn't mean, like, you know, change your behavior, but, I don't know. I know how to work well with people. Even people that I don't like or agree with, or people I find really annoying or obnoxious or, you know, bitches, dicks. it's very rare that I'll leave a place of work. I mean, that's like a place of income for me. You know, like there have been like a lot of times where like I'll be working with people and like most of them I don't even like, but I can deal, you know? And they usually figure out that I'm pretty damn cool, even though I'm a weirdo. They all say, you're the weirdest person I've ever met. That's a compliment. Thank you. Ooh. Shit. Need to take these babies out a while ago. They burning up. See, I'm pretty comfortable with myself, you guys. But we are living in cannabis country, and this is what we serve in cannabis country. Taquitos. What else do we serve in cannabis country? Ooh, hold up. Arby's seasoned curly fries. Yes. I don't want to go through the drive-thru. I definitely don't want to go to Arby's right now. Are they in trouble? You know, like, I think that this whole like salmonella thing is a conspiracy. Not that I don't think it's happening, but I think that like every year this happens. This lady in my drive-thru was telling me about this shit. She was like, yeah, every time this year this happens with the lettuce. It's like you think that they would like cover their tracks a little bit more, you know? Not do it at the same time every year. You guys probably think that I'm reaching. You're probably gonna think that often, especially if you're like more of a liberal lunatic and you happen upon this channel because, I don't know, you think I'm cool or something like that. I know that like people, they subscribe to me and they unsubscribe, and so I know that I am hard to take. Don't think I don't know that. Okay. Shit. Ooh, I just realized I have apples as well. So I was planning on stopping the video, but I decided not to, so you guys could just watch me eat. Isn't that cool? Dude, you should play piano and eat at the same motherfucking time. Yeah. So yeah, keep going back to it. People are always trying to figure out my gender at work. And it's really funny. I wish that they'd just ask me, but maybe they're uncomfortable. As if the worst thing in life is being uncomfortable or making somebody else uncomfortable. So fucking what? So fucking what? Who the fuck are you to think that? You're so good, you're so righteous, you're so holy that you can't be offended. Really? Who the fuck do you think you are? I know that I had way better insults than this right now, but maybe I'm just tired or hungry. I don't know. My apologies. But see, if I'm actually sorry, I will apologize. But if I'm not, then fuck you. Why do people demand an apology? What the fuck does that mean? I demand an apology. I demand that you pretend to care about my feelings. If you don't do this publicly, nothing that you say from now on will matter. It's like, oh my God. I knew this was gonna happen with social media, y'all. I knew that everybody was gonna get like thrown off if like they said the wrong thing. Like I figured that the censorship, I had no idea that it was all about like leftist agenda and fuck. But here's the thing, I don't think it's just like what do you call them? Democrats. or like liberals or whatever. I don't think it's just that. I feel like there's this globalist agenda and both parties are working with each other. That's what they're doing. All right, you fucking eat the cheese right off of there, baby. You go for it. I get so nervous singing these things. But then I realize that I'm just a little minion. And because I'm part schizo, they would throw me away anyway, so nobody's gonna listen to anything that a crazy bitch has to say, especially when I tell everybody that, oh yeah, well, according to society's standards, I'm scary. Most people are terrified of me. Maybe it's my gender. Maybe it's just the all-out crazy aura that I exude. I don't know. Speaking of that, I just became aware. I just started thinking about my neighbors, and I was like, yeah, you probably should stop playing keyboard at like, what time is it? Ooh, it's like 6:30 in the morning. Maybe they wanted their kids to be woken up from school, so cool. I did a good thing. This is highly entertaining, I know it is. A lot of people think that being confident means that you're cocky. I mean, I know that I probably seem like that, but I'm very aware of it, so it's like, it kind of cancels out the fun of being cocky, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I'll just play slowly. Don't you want me? Audience, don't you want me? America, ha 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 ha. Yeah, I'm singing with my mouth full. Can y'all do that? No. Unladylike, but not a feminist, 'cause you don't know what feminism is. Ha ha. And they're a ha 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 ha. I told you guys I have the Constitution now. Did y'all watch that video? Well, you shoulda. I was so stupid. I feel like such an idiot, you guys. But here's the thing, I'm still learning. Do not expect me to know everything. So that's why I don't want to call myself conservative, because there's so many people that are so much smarter than me, and just because I watch people and listen to people that are smarter than I'll ever be, that doesn't mean that I know shit, you know? I'm always learning. But I feel like that's what makes smart people smart. And you're one of the... Sorry. Keep in mind I'm stoned, so I'm very excited about this food right now. These taquitos are where it's at. What was I saying? See, I'm stoned. You talking about Ben Shapiro? There he is. There he is. Defending a point. There he is. Just looking real, you can't really see him, and just, sorry. Eventually you'll see him. The whole picture. There he is, right there. You know what's so funny is that like so many people that I love don't like him. We all say things that we disagree with, you know?
The reason I like him is because he seems like a real person. You can say, oh, but he's, I mean, he says stuff, like I said, he just says stuff I don't agree with. I don't support the Republicans, you guys. I don't like the Bushes. Still don't like the Bushes. I know that this is going to sound insensitive because it just happened, but like, I know a lot of people have died. A lot of Republicans have died recently. I hate to break it to y'all, but if they're warmongers, I don't care. They're still warmongers, even though they're dead. Told ya. Not a Republican. Just stupid. Just like everybody just wants to put you in a box. It's just like, no. What matters is values. What matters is like what you know to be right. What you know to be moral and just. Not what you're told, but what you know in your heart. Ooh. Sometimes I play with other parts of my body. Don't even realize it. Till it happens, of course. I'm debating like whether or not I'm going to take this camera in with me to do comedy. But I hate how people like film themselves. Because I feel like it just takes away from the whole experience from everybody else. But then again, it's like a lot of people are on their phones anyway. But I don't want to use that as some sort of justification as to why I'm using technology. Well, like filming myself, you know, I just feel like that's really narcissistic. Like it's not enough that I'm up there like performing in front of people with a microphone in my hand telling everybody what to do and everything that they think is wrong and they're just fucking stupid and they shall go home and kill themselves. Like, you think that's easy for me? It's really not terrible. That's already narcissistic enough. It's already self-righteous enough. I had like a camera, like, hey, I want the whole world to watch me do this. But what am I doing now? The internet. The thing is, like, the internet doesn't have to be used for bad. Social media doesn't either, but it's in its nature, you guys. Just like psychiatry. It's in its nature to be bad. It's in its nature to be for the wrong thing. Same with abortion. Bigger picture. I'm just realizing all these issues are tied together. So I think they're going to kill me. But my friends are like, that's stupid. I'm like, Anthony Bourdain. And they're like, well, he was really, you know, famous. And he was really, like, prominent. And, but, maybe I'm just, yeah, delusions of grandeur. Yes. I'm sorry, you guys. But see, it just makes me paranoid saying these things because I know that they're fucking true. And I know that I'm not just, like, super paranoid for thinking this shit. I mean, they say it on fucking CRTV.